What's warbling, pensive geese? Welcome back to Monkey Boys Toys, and welcome back to the item of seating furniture that is the sofa. Thanks very much for joining me again. Here's a sad octopus to look at. And another sad octopus. And another sad octopus. So this week I attended the Norwich Toy Fair with Lewis from the YouTube channel Reading Movies. We had a great morning looking around through all the toys. I did pick up quite a lot of stuff. So I thought I would show you guys some of that today. I think this might be a 2 or 3 part video series. I don't want to cram everything into one video and rush through it. So I think for the next 2 or 3 weeks, you'll be seeing my pickups from the Norwich Toy Fair. So let's get on with that. The first thing I need to do is, of course, remove the sad octopuses from the scene. So we'll get rid of the first octopus, and of course, the second octopus, and the remaining octopus. And I'll bring in the first item that I picked up at the fair, which was the Ralph McQuarrie concept inspired figure of Chewbacca. Now, of course, there are several figures in this line. There's a bit of an unsightly sticker on the back of here, unfortunately, so sorry about that. Here are some of the other figures that are available. I do think I might pick up a few of these, possibly Vader, and a stormtrooper. I'm not sure about the others, but yes, that would be quite cool. But as we can see here, we've got Chewbacca as Ralph McQuarrie, this fella here, as he originally designed Chewie in the concept art. And I think this is quite an interesting sculpt. This sort of reminds me of something like a cross between Chewbacca and Nosferatu. I always did like this design. I thought it was quite cool. Up until now, I haven't got any of these figures, but I think, as I say, I might get just a few of them because I do quite like the design of some of them. But Chewie looks really cool. There's his face. He's looking off to one side there. I'm not sure if that's deliberate or not, but that's okay. But he looks pretty cool. Would have been interesting to see if Chewie had have looked like this in the movies. I think he looks probably better and a bit cuter as we know him now, but. This is a cool design, so I was very happy to pick this up. It comes with an exclusive collector's coin there, if you can just see that. It's a bit glary, but there we can see we've got Chewbacca on the coin there, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, thought I'd pick him up. That was my first purchase of the day, I believe. There we go. Let's pop him over there, and bring in the next items that I bought. Now, I was actually after some more troopers from the original Kenner line, and I found some. Here's a bag of troopers. Let's get them out and have a look at them. These were great. These cost me £3 each, and I was very happy with that. We'll start off with the Snow Trooper. We're all familiar with him. He's in a great condition, nice and white. Decent paintwork. He hasn't really been damaged or anything. He's looking pretty cool. Obviously, he doesn't have his skirt or his blaster rifle, but that's okay. I'm happy to add him to my Snow Trooper army that's sort of very slowly growing. I think I've got about 4 or 5 of them now, so I'll be happy to add this guy into that collection. Let's stand him here. Next up, I got a Scout Trooper, or a Biker Scout as he is more commonly known. A little bit of yellowing and sort of muck on his head. I've tried to clean that off, but it hasn't come off immediately, but that's okay. For £3, I was very happy with this figure again. He's in a great condition, pretty white. So yes, he'll be joining my Biker Scout army. Very happy to have him. Let's pop him down there. And then I got myself a couple of Stormtroopers, again in brilliant condition. They are very white. No real issues with any paintwork or anything on them. They look pretty cool. So very happy to have these. I think the one on the right here is slightly more yellowed than the one on the left. But for £3 each, I thought they were an absolute bargain, and I wasn't going to leave those behind. To my shame, I only recently got a Stormtrooper figure. I think I now have 2. I have 4 now because of these 2. So I now have a small, respectable Stormtrooper army after all these years. So that's cool. Very happy to have those guys. I'll just stand those over here. Oh, they're all going to fall down. Do you know what? I'm going to let them fall down because my sofa is not the best place to display things because it's not very even. But never mind. So there's Chewie and some troopers over there. I also picked up another Gamorrean guard. I do already have a couple of these, but this guy was in fairly good condition. There is some paint rubbed to his horns, but overall he was in pretty good condition. So I thought I'd pick up another Gamorrean guard because obviously they hang about in groups. So quite happy to have him. So there we go. There's the Gamorrean guard. Let's stand him. Hey, they're all just falling over, but that's okay. Right, and next up, I managed to find some reading material. And when I say reading material, I probably won't be reading these, but I like to have them. I picked up a series of, what are they called? Ladybird books. First up, we've got Shadow Weaver's Magic Mirror from the She-Ra Princess of Power cartoon. So here's that. There's She-Ra on Swiftwind. I do like Shadow Weaver. She was always one of my favourite characters in the She-Ra universe. She's not in this an awful lot, actually. You would think she would be in it a bit more, being as she's on the cover. But anyway, there we go. There's Hordak as a missile. Hordak and Shadow Weaver waving about in some shrubbery. There's Bo. I never liked Bo. Was never a fan of him. Always thought he was a bit of a dick. But there we go. So there's that book. We've got Cowl there, the sort of strange owl with the big flapping, flying ears, and quite a disturbing looking bee. So there we go. There's Shadow Weaver's Magic Mirror. I also got She-Ra and the Dark Pool. Now this book has been chewed quite extensively at the top here by some presumably young teeth. So there we go. Don't know what that's all about, but nevertheless I gave it a bit of a clean and it's reasonably presentable now. I'm not sure how many books were made in the She-Ra series. I don't know if there were as many as the He-Man ones, but anyway, this is She-Ra and the Dark Pool. Again, what you would expect from one of these Ladybird books. There's quite a cool looking thing, whatever that is. Can we work out what that is? Monster, it said. Okay, so it's a monster. There we are. So there's it's quite a cool image there of Hordak standing above that sculpture. Monster again. It seems to be just called a monster. There we go. His face looks a little bit like the Behemoth from He-Man Meets the Beast. Another Ladybird book. The Cowl looking pissed off. So yeah, there we go. That's She-Ra and the Dark Pool. Let's pop that behind here. And I also picked up the Superman storybook. I do like these Ladybird books. I think they're quite cool. And these were only a couple of quid each, so I thought I would pick these up. Not a very convincing flying pose there from Superman. Looks like he's just sort of hailing a taxi or a bus or something, but there we go. I'm not entirely sure if this story is. I don't think it follows the film or anything. It's a bit weird. But I haven't actually read this yet, and I possibly won't. But this is sort of detailing Clark's young life as Superman. There he is with the dribbling bull, which is quite cool. So yeah, there we go. Story all about Superman's arrival on Earth as a child. So there we go. Superman the story. I also picked up this E.T. storybook. Which was quite a nice find. Lewis helped me find this. He spotted a seller that was selling all sorts of different annuals and comics and stuff. So I had a bit of a rummage under the table and found this. Now I do like a storybook from a film, and I'm not sure why I like them, because let's be honest, most storybooks from the 80s had terrible pictures in them. And when I say terrible, I mean both in terms of quality and composition. There are some shots in this book that really are not very good at all. I mean, some of them are okay, I guess. But these storybooks were sort of notorious for having, sort of very boring, bland pictures. I mean, here we have Elliot being carried down some stairs or near some stairs while a sort of space-suited goon looks on. But it's a blurry picture. It's not the composition's terrible. I mean, to give that half a page in a storybook, you've got to wonder. I mean, surely they must have been able to find some better photos from the movie. Here we've got E.T. looking quite unwell and waxy. That always gave me the creeps. So yeah, the photographs in these books were never brilliant, but I quite like to have the books anyway. Oh, okay. Oh, there we've got E.T. looking like that. And there's a can of Cheese Whiz. So there we go. E.T. going into the fridge. E.T. being licked in the face by a dog. But yeah, the composition of these pictures is shocking in a lot of cases. I mean, what's that? I mean, what a shit picture. Anyway, but yes, as I say, I do quite like these storybooks from the film. I do think they're quite nostalgic. Creepy picture there. I'm sure Lewis will like that one because he does find E.T. a bit creepy. So there we go. That's just a frightened Lewis. Yeah, there we go. So there's the E.T. extraterrestrial storybook. Let's slide that in at the back here. And finally today, I'd just like to show you this figure that I picked up, which is the DC Essentials Wonder Woman figure. Now this is just a basic figure. It comes with one accessory. The Essentials line was just basic figures. You didn't really get much in the way of accessories or extras. But here we have some of the other characters available in the Essentials line. I don't think I actually have any of these. I might get the Supergirl one, possibly, because that's really the only one that is of any interest to me in this particular selection. I don't think the Superman one looks particularly good. The camera's not focusing very well, but I don't think that's a particularly good figure. I do have the Essentials Batman figure, but for some reason I think it looks different to this one. Anyway, so yeah, there we go. There are those. And here is the Wonder Woman figure. As you can see, a really nice face sculpt. Very happy with that. Yeah, so that's basically all I've got to show you guys today. I will just pop up a picture just up here somewhere of some stormtroopers that I met. Thank you very much to Reading Movies for the photograph of those. And maybe I'll pop that to the front. I can't really show everything on camera all at once. Maybe if I shove those along, I can tuck her in at the side. There we go. So yes, that's the first selection of items that I picked up at the Norwich Toy Fair. I hope you enjoyed looking at some of those with me. If you did enjoy the video, please do give it a thumbs up and share it with any other pensive geese you may know. Do subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and do leave me a comment and let me know what you thought of these items. Are there any items here that you had as a youngster, or are there any items that you would consider picking up for your collections? Do let me know. Yeah, I'll see you guys next week for more pickups from the Toy Fair. But until then, I'm going to make like a shepherd and get the flock out of here. So I'll see you next time. Bye.
Meep meep.